words and pictures. Words and pictures.
Isn't it noisy out here? That cement mix has been chugging away all morning. On the building site down the road, they're building some new flats. What with all the hammering and the sawing, not to mention that electric drill, we can hardly hear ourselves thinking here. There we are, that's better. You see, we want to be especially quiet in the library today because we're playing a listening game.
Everyone close your eyes. Your turn, Shelley.
Faye, matches and keys. Yeah.
Right, Shelley? Good. Your turn next, Faye. Everyone close your eyes.
Right.
Royston. Paper, turret and a spoon hitting a metal egg cap.
Right. Right. Come on, Vicky. See what you can do. Now, close your eyes.
Right.
Now, make this a hard one, Royston.
Well, I think the first sound was paper crumpling, and the second sound was a bell ringing.
No, Vicky, nearly right.
Well, it was something metal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It was a saucepan lid.
Yes.
Shelley.
That's a game that you could play. You don't need anything special. Just look around for things that make different sorts of sounds. Or you could play the same game with musical instruments and try and guess which one it is from the sound it makes. Like the boom, boom, boom of the big bass drum, rat-a-tat-tat of the little side drum, chink, chink, chink of the tambourine, and click, click, click of the castanets. Do you have any musical instruments you like to play with your favourite songs? Well, remember Charlie Strong? He had a favourite song. Charlie Strong had a favourite song.
Who'll play my song?
Said Charlie Strong. I'll beat the drum, said Charlie's mum.
I can't play, but I'll whistle.
Said Theodore Thistle.
I'll play the piano.
Said Fiona Fiana.
I'll play the guitar.
Said Samuel Starr.
I'll play my recorder.
Said Winifred Warder.
I'll play my accordion.
Said Gregory Gordon.
I'll play my fiddle.
Said Rosemary Riddle.
I'll play my flute.
Said Beverly Boot.
I'll play the triangle.
Said Timothy Tangle.
I'll play my trumpet.
Said Caroline Crumpet. And the rest of the gang, they all came in and sang.
La 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 la.
Then they shouted encore. Let's play it once more.
La 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 la.
Charlie Strong had a favourite song.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
Hey, Vicky, I bet the people living next door didn't say encore, let's play it once more. I expect they banged on the wall and said, can't you keep the noise down?
Yes, maybe you're right, Charlie.
Noisy neighbours can be a nuisance, especially when you're trying to sleep. Have you ever lain awake at night trying to get to sleep, like Mr. Bear in the story Peace at Last? The hour was late. Mr. Bear was tired. Mrs. Bear was tired. And Baby Bear was tired. So they all went to bed. Mrs. Bear fell asleep. Mr. Bear didn't. Mrs. Bear began to snore. Snore, went Mrs. Bear. Snore,
Oh, no.
said Mr. Bear.
I can't stand this.
So he got up and went to sleep in Baby Bear's room. Baby Bear was not asleep either. He was lying in bed, pretending to be an aeroplane.
Oh, no.
Said Mr. Bear.
I can't stand this.
So he got up and went to sleep in the living room. Tick-tock went the living room clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Cuckoo! Cuckoo!
Oh, no.
Said Mr. Bear.
I can't stand this.
So he went off to sleep in the kitchen. Drip, drip, went the leaky kitchen tap. Hum, went the refrigerator.
Oh, no.
Said Mr. Bear.
I can't stand this.
So he got up and went to sleep in the garden. Well, you would not believe what noises there are in the garden at night.
Twit.
Too went the owl.
Snuffle, snuffle.
Went the hedgehog. Sang the cats on the wall.
Oh, no.
said Mr. Bear.
I can't stand this.
So he went off to sleep in the car. It was cold in the car and uncomfortable. But Mr. Bear was so tired that he didn't notice. He was just falling asleep when all the birds started to sing. And the sun peeped in at the window. Tweet! Tweet! Went the birds. Shine! Shine! Went the sun.
Oh, no.
Said Mr. Bear.
I can't stand this.
So he got up and went back into the house. In the house, Baby Bear was fast asleep, and Mrs. Bear had turned over and wasn't snoring any more. Mr. Bear got into bed and closed his eyes.
Peace at last.
He said to himself. Went the alarm clock. Mrs. Bear sat up and rubbed her eyes. "Good morning, dear," she said. "Did you sleep well?"
Not very well, dear.
"Never mind," said Mrs. Bear. "I'll bring you a nice cup of tea." And she did.
Poor Mr. Bear. All he wanted was a good night's sleep. But then it's not always easy to find peace and quiet. She certainly was a very noisy nurse. Noisy, nurse. 2 words. Both of them begin with the same letter. Watch how you write it. Top to bottom, up and over. 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 Have you ever made a noisy book about all the things you can think of that make sounds? Well, you could start off with some of the noises in the story that kept Mr. Bear awake. Like the living room clock that went tick-tock. The tap in the kitchen that went drip, drip. You could draw them, then write the words for the sounds they make beside the pictures, like we did in our book of musical instruments.
Oh, we can play on the big bass drum, and this is the music to it. Boom, boom, boom goes a big bass drum, and this is the way we do it.
That's Charlie's favourite song. We can go on forever. Goodbye.
This is the music to it. Rat-a-tat-tat goes a little side drum. Boom, boom, boom goes a big bass drum, and this is the way we do it. Right, ready for the tambourine? Oh, we can play on the tambourine, and this is the music to it. Ching, ching, ching goes a tambourine. Rat-a-tat-tat goes a little side drum. Boom, boom, boom